for visiting the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified of future videos.
Hey folks, Dan Ryan here today with this IYV IJZ 500 guitar. Supposedly that's what's in this box. I guess we're going to find out in a second. So if you want to go look it up while I'm cutting tape and stuff, feel free. You'll probably find it before I get it out of the box.
Well, if it's not, it's also we also have another one that would be in a big box, and that is the Leo Jaymz Strat Kit with the amp and everything. So it could be that.
Okay, well.
But hopefully it's not. And it's possible because that one shows batteries on the box. It is possible.
Yes, because it says Leo Jaymz.
Well, the other one's a Leo Jaymz. No, the other one's an IYV. Yeah, I made a mistake. So here we go again. Leo and his terrible memory.
Okay, well, forget everything I said about the IYV. We'll get to that sometime in the next decade.
No, we'll do it next.
So this is one of those, everything together kits, and it does come with a little amp. I am not going to play through this little amp because I have a good amp over here. And it says Patrick will try out the amp and we'll add it to the video, but my attitude is about these little amps in general, there may be some exceptions, is that you could take, like, the Jesus of guitars and play through one of these and it wouldn't sound any good. So I try to avoid them at all costs.
This was acting a little prudish, Dan.
Yeah, well.
So no chivalry, huh?
Yeah. Now this is blue.
That it is.
This is a blue guitar. So we'll get around to describing it momentarily. Let's look at this other stuff in the case first. So there's a guitar strap. There is some strings. There's a whammy bar, a cord, and at least one Allen wrench, maybe more. Typical stuff. And got a guitar raincoat, which is what we call these lame gig bags.
Some batteries over there, it looks like. On the...
Oh, no, it's a clip-on tuner.
Ah, okay. With batteries.
Yeah, with a battery. And would you look at that, folks? The guitar and the amp are color coordinated, which isn't that special. I'm not going to take the amp out. Although we do need to move it off this table.
Throw it.
Throw it.
Throw it.
I don't know how well I can throw it.
Well, we're going to find out. There we go.
That was a hell of a good idea, Leo.
I thought so. I still do.
Did you show what happened?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So,
And in a minute, I'll go clean up the mess.
yeah.
But before I do that, I'll allow you to
Don't
describe
rush,
this wonderful guitar.
Don't rush on my part.
Right.
So, I'm not sure what the actual stock number or designation of this guitar. It's obviously a SSS Strat copy, and we already specified that it does have a whammy bar.
It looks way bluer on camera than it is in person.
It's got a 5-position switch. It's got a maple neck and maple fingerboard. I'm not sure whether those are all one thing or not, but it looks like the fingerboard is actually attached to the neck. So it's glued on. 1 volume, 2 tones. These knobs come in every possible combination depending upon the guitar. I don't see any scratches or scuffs or anything wrong with the finish so far. Obviously a bolt-on neck. As far, oh, okay, it does have a truss rod, but it doesn't have a skunk stripe down the back. So,
Is there a stock number on the back of the headstock? Or a model number?
no,
Nothing there.
absolutely nothing. And it's got, we always have this debate about whether this is unfinished or just barely finished. But
Something I just noticed, Dan, turn it back over. It appears, all the way. It appears that they actually routed for the back plate, for the tremolo, where it, it's inset into the body, right?
no,
It's just that thin, huh?
well, it's, it's within the acceptable tolerances, I think.
Okay.
The blue and white color scheme, I've never liked kind of pastel guitars myself, but if you wanted one, this is one, and it doesn't look bad. No name tuners, as you would expect. Virtually nothing on the back of the headstock. So
Literally nothing on the back of the headstock.
yeah, and it does at least say Leo Jaymz there, at least. Some guitars you want to take responsibility for, and others maybe not. So, the frets. It doesn't have the rounded frets, but it actually has a quite well done fret job. And it's 21 fret neck. The pickups, I don't know if you could see this, but they're pretty far below the strings. You probably could adjust them up so that they had a little more kick to them just by virtue of being closer to the strings. The strings feel pretty awful. They're new, but they don't have a particularly good feel to them. So there you have it. The Leo Jaymz Strat copy kit with all the crap we just threw on the floor. Don't tell anybody if we have to send this back. Don't tell anybody. you know, it's a pretty, you know, I mean, everybody that's watched this channel, everybody that knows anything about guitars in the past 70 years and knows that, you know, what this style is. And you can get good ones and you can get bad ones, and you can get all gradients in between. So what we're going to do now is tune it up and go through the pickups like we would normally do, and we'll be back in a moment. Thank you.
And before we go, Dan,
Okay.
I just want to say that the thud that amp made hitting the floor is probably the most pleasant noise it's ever going to make. We'll be back.
Yeah, we're not nice about these little amps. Hey folks, we're back with this Leo Jaymz no name, as far as we can tell, Strat copy. Comes in a kit with a little amp and, you know, everything you need to
Make noise.
make noise, bother your neighbors, make your neighbors' pets howl, whatever you want. But I already mentioned that the pickup heights look a little iffy in tuning it up and just making sure it was playable. The middle of the neck, the frets buzz, sounds kind of sitarish. Well, before we actually just play something. I don't know if you can hear that. And it's kind of between the third and sixth fret. But you get down to the low E, pretty good. Oh, before we go any further, Gunter, we don't want to short you. So here's the Bortini on this no name Leo Jaymz Strat copy. Actually, it rings okay.
How's the weight?
It's not very heavy. Better than a Glary, I'll say that much.
Oh, that's
Glary, the first Glary we ever reviewed, which was the first guitar we ever reviewed, I don't know if you could even use that for a paperweight.
well, it sounded pretty good though.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I think your actual words were, when I said, so what do you think of the Glary ST3? And you said, it doesn't suck too bad. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I think I said it doesn't suck as much as you might expect.
no, you said it doesn't suck too bad.
Okay.
Exactly those words. I have it on, I have video.
All right.
And I watch it every once in a while, just for nostalgia.
Well, somebody I know needs to get alive.
You're right.
Okay, so let's go through the pickups as we would normally do. Everything's wide open, tones and volumes wide open, and let's see. Just because we know the D sucks, we'll just do something in D. And here is neck and middle. And here is the middle. And here's the middle and the bridge. And here's the bridge pickup. So there you have it. In the middle and the middle and bridge, you get some of that quack that you're looking for. A little more than you might want with the frets rattling, but you do get that kind of Fender quack that guitarists are enamored of. So it's already drifted out of tune, despite the fact that I tuned it up 4 times before we started doing this. So there you have it. Not much to say about it. It's a basic guitar. It is playable. It does need a little bit of adjustment to make it more playable, more like a just a regular guitar, and not one that comes with problems. So we're going to stop one more time, and I'm going to pick something to play, and we will be back momentarily. Thank you. Hey folks, Dan Ryan here once again with this Leo Jaymz Strat copy. It's basically a no-name guitar. It doesn't have any, I'm sure there is a number within the Leo Jaymz system. We just don't know what it is. On the other hand, we thought we were going to be reviewing IYV guitars, so there is that.
Right.
So we can't bitch about Leo Jaymz too much when we don't even know what guitar we're taking out of the box.
Well, it's a Strat.
And that's happened with some regularity in the past couple of months. It's just because Leo has so many guitars over here, and he has them for a while, and forgets what's in the boxes. And like all those boxes piled up, those are guitars that are waiting to be reviewed. So anyway, but back to this one. We've gone through the pickups, we've gone through the appearance and construction, and tried to be informational. What was that? No.
Informative.
Informative, yes. We've tried, probably unsuccessfully. If you're that unhappy, I don't know, there's you could like play hacky sack, or there's any number of hobbies one might take up, because we're not informative enough.
No, because Dan just means yo mama.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice. And okay, so anyway, we're going to play a little track, and it is the Running Blues backing track in E minor from Sebastian Zunino. It's just basically a minor blues. We've done more than one minor blues. Don't know if we've done one in E minor. This is kind of a Robert Cray-ish kind kind of feel, if you know who Robert Cray is.
I don't. No idea.
Well, okay, well, you can look him up. Or play hacky sack. Or while playing hacky sack, you can look him up.
Right.
Which, that would be fun to watch, probably.
Well.
Okay, so...
the huffing and puffing would be funny.
With hopefully not too much further ado, let's try this tune.
Okay.
much fun as I could take playing this guitar. It started to drift out of tune, and we've tuned it up at least 7 times. So You know, when we got it, half the strings were very close to being in tune. The others could be maybe a fifth away. So, you know, that changes the tension on the neck quite a bit just by tuning it up. It sounds okay. It doesn't sound particularly good. I'm not sure if it's the distance from the strings that the pickups currently have, but the sustain was very, you know, it didn't really want to sustain as much as I would like. And anybody that's watched this channel for a while knows that I played a lot of guitars. So in terms of value, how much did this kit cost?
I think it was $139.
Okay, well, so guitar, amp, strings, tuner, strap, you know,
Raincoat.
guitar raincoat for $129. This is why I don't like these kit things. And they do make it, you know, if you're a parent and you have a child that's got a birthday or Christmas coming up or Hanukkah or whatever, you know, it makes it pretty simple. It's like, here you go, here's everything you need for your kid to start playing the guitar. It's, you know, you heard the guitar through a decent amp. It probably would not sound anything like that through that little amp that came in the box. You know, don't know for sure because I'm not playing that amp, but I've played enough of them so that chances are it's not going to sound very good. So, you know, the action is okay. Everything is okay. I mean, if this is your first guitar, it is a way in to playing, and you can get started using a guitar like this. I've read an interview with Steve Lukather the other day, and he had a similar guitar to the one I started with, you know, with you know, action this far off the neck. And I think part of the reason you get those guitars is it's a way of figuring out whether you really truly want to play the guitar. Because if you don't, you're going to quit. Because, you know, those guitars are kind of made to make you quit. So, and he told a story pretty much similar to mine. You know, he kept playing the guitar, kept at it, and his mom eventually, within a year or so, got him a much more credible guitar, which is exactly what happened with my mom. Probably my dad's been long gone, but he probably never knew about it till the day he died, that my mom had gotten me that guitar. But anyway, so here it is, the Leo Jaymz light blue, sky blue Strat copy kit. And I think I've said more than ever needs to be said about this guitar. But I'm Dan Ryan. Leo Ryan's behind the camera. We want to thank you for tuning in, and we hope that you will like and subscribe. Click the bell icon to be reminded of our future videos, hopefully for guitars somewhat better than this one. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.